excited about getting at my torque plates today. They're very expensive to have a set of them. I was fortunate enough to get some other rings from somebody I knew. Finally, I got a day where I can work on my own stuff. So today we're going to try and make a set of torque plates and get them all geared up so that I'll have them for every size that I need. All right. We're going to make these ones for the Evos to start with. Alright, we gotta dial it in here, get the surface straight. There we go. Close enough. Another 5, take another 10 off it. So we'll try our twin cam cylinder on here now. Just what we want. Nice, just a nice fit and not too tight. All right. I got a bunch of these rings from a friend of mine, which saved me a lot of whittling and grinding, but these are perfect for torque plates. So what we've done is we've made some for the standard size Evo. We've made some for the twin cams here, and I've got the plates for them made for the twin cams. I bored my other ones out to 3 5/8 to do a set of Big Bore cylinders for Barry. So now I at least go back to a standard set, or 10, 20, 30 thou over. And these are invaluable. I'll be able to use my screw bolts and stuff for my Evo cylinders to use them with the twin cam plates. I just got to make some spacers to put in there, that's all, and they will work fine. And this has saved me thousands of dollars to be able to turn these out for what I need. So now our Evo ones just slide right down on them, and our twin cam ones slide right down in there. So we've just got to do the drilling operations now to get them all ready and usable. So I'm looking forward to finding some time to do that as well. It's always hard to find time to get out your own stuff, but I'm trying to make time this year, so we're getting a few things done. All right, we'll check back with you when we start the other procedures. So I found time to work on my torque plates a little bit today. It's hard to find time in between jobs to get something done, but I'm just working on them. So I got them set up here in the middle today. I got them lined up here, and I'm just spot drilling down these holes to get my alignment into place. now that we've got them spot drilled out, top and the bottom, I can go through and drill the top one as a straight through hole, and then the bottom one we'll put the threaded spots into them. So we've got to go ahead and work on that. So far, so good. Alright, so we got the first part of them cut and milled the countersinks in them, but we got a few more steps to go before there'll be torque plates, but we are getting there. So now we got it set up here, and what we're going to do is drill 5/16 holes in everything. The 5/16 holes are going to be there so that I can tap them out for 3/8 national course, and the other two are pilot holes that I'll keep drilling out to a bigger size to 9/16 that will let me fit on the top of the head where the bosses are sticking up. So we're just going to go ahead and do that and get through the range of them. Don't need to go all the way through. We're just going down in there a ways. Went a little too far on that, but it's no big deal. Just a through hole. Now we'll take our time and just step up a few drill sizes. Nothing left now except to go tap them out, and then that first set will be ready, and then I can work away at my set for my twin cams. But taking a part of the day, they're not a 5-minute job to make them, but they'll be nice to have. So today I got a little extra time. I'm going to try to finish up these plates if I can. I don't know whether I'll get it all done today again, but I'm trying to squeeze time in when I can. Today I've got these ones for the twin cams, and I've just got a little straight edge here, a angle, right angle plate, and I'm just pushing it up against these here, get them as close as possible. Now these rings aren't exact on the outside. I've got to find a pretty close happy medium. That looks pretty good right there. I'm gonna snug those up. Close enough with any girls I go out with. What about you, Hip? Is that close enough, eh? There we go. Okay. Oh, I'll stick my center drill in. So I've got 6 holes on the top here. 4 are for the bolts, of course, and 2 are for the dowel pins. So I'm just going to go along and center punch all of them. Now I know that by the length of my rods will be just on top of this, so I don't really need to countersink these at all. And my evolution rods should be just about right. So we're just going to go along and drill some of them out. Some of them I'll drill right straight down through, other ones I won't. Takes a little extra time to step drill them up. Time's on my side. Up all the way. Son of a gun. All right, I'm gonna lift the table so I don't have this problem as we go along, and I'll come back. All right, we've got them swapped out, so. There we go, that's one of them. Yeah, we might as well go get the other one done right while we're here. So I'm going to drill it out with a 5/16 drill, and we're going to drill down through the top one and partially way through the bottom one, and that way I can finish drilling the bottom one and tap them out for what I need. And our top one will just have through holes, which we'll go through with the 25/64s once we're set up there. It's hard to do it the old school way without all the power assist, but it generally gets the job done. And I'm gonna try to get the last one here. We're not going to drill it all the way through now until we get them separated, and then we'll drill the top one all the way through for a clearance hole for our long studs, and then we'll finish drilling the bottom one 5/16 for a 3/8 coarse thread for our studs to thread into. So we'll just get things cleaned up and set up for our next operation, and then I'll come back. So now we're just going to drill the 5/16, the tap drill size for 3/8 into here on this plate, and then this plate will be done. Then we'll take our other plate and we'll finish doing the through holes for the bolts to go through. We're not going to countersink them because I don't think we have to, because of the lengths. I think they'll be just about right. And there we go. Now all I got to do is tap those out to a 3/8 national course. And I think that is about it. I have my through holes here. Now I've got to do the through holes on this one because these ones are still at 5/16. So I have to do the through holes at 25/64. So we'll get set up for that and do that. So that's about the end of our drilling and milling things. Now we just got to go and tap those out and put my 1/2 inch pieces in for holding them in the vise. I still have to drill those out. So maybe I'll do that next and see where we take it from there. Hopefully my day goes good and I got some time to work away on them. Stick with me. An old piece of stuff here that I'm just going to turn down a little bit so I can make things to hold those plates. Now just measure it off and cut some off the length. So now we just got to drill some pieces in here for these kind of stays that are here that we can clamp into the vise when we have the cylinder on. And I've just made some of them out of 1/2 inch heavy rod, and we're going to sink them down in there a little ways, and then we're going to weld them on there to make sure they stay in place. So now you see how that one's done. I'm just going to go along and do the rest, and we'll bore you with all that. and then we'll just get to tapping them, and they'll be ready to go. So I'm getting excited to have these to use. All right, so now we're down to the tedious part, and that's tapping them out. Take a little while, and I do think I might have to go get a new tap. This one's worn out. I think I got one in my other set, but I don't think it's any better. I think this was the best of the two. Maybe I'll have to go out and buy one. I'm thinking for my own good that I should probably go buy a new tap. Last thing I want to do is break a tap off in there. So I think I'll take a break here today and go see if I can get a new tap to use in here. No sense taking a chance trying to break it off in there, and then you'll be into more work than you ever wanted to be, and I'm so close. That's the last thing I want to happen. So I'll go out and get myself a new tap, and I'll get back to you. So, made my way up to CarQuest and got myself a new tap. Tried to buy 2 of them, but they only had 1, of course. So I gotta go along and do 8 holes, and then they'll be done. As soon as I get that done, then I just gotta weld these pieces. I've got them tapped in here, and then we'll be done with them. So now we got them all done. We welded our things in place here. They all turned out pretty well, so I'm pretty happy with them. We can set one up and see what it looks like, and then you'll have an idea where I was going with them. And these are the ones that we machined out to fit on the Evolutions. These are the little dowel pins we were talking about that we had to make the cutouts for here, and here. They're smaller on the twin cam. And here's the little dowel pin cutouts pieces that we were talking about for the Evolutions. So, let's bolt them up. Those 3.5 Evo. These are the ones for the Evos. And then these can be torqued down to size. Set them in our vise like so. And then we can hold them out to size. As I said before, I can use the bolts for all the applications. Down the road if I want to get some Allen bolts, but God knows what they want for ones that are that long and hardened. There we go for the Evos. Then we have them for our twin cams. Fit right on like that. These ones are the other way, so we'll go like this. Gotta love it when a plan comes together. Took me a while to get around to them. And I'd like to thank my buddy for getting me these plates. You know who you are. I appreciate it very much. Saved me a lot of money. And enabled me to work on different things as I want to. There we go. That's the idea. Once again, we just slide them in there. There we go. Now we can bore and hone our cylinders out to size, just the way they want to be. So these are going to be great for torquing down the cylinders so that we can do the twin cam ones. Those ones that do the Evos, I've got 3 5/8, actually 3 bigger than 3 5/8, so that I can do a little bigger cylinders on them as I've had to. That's the way they are. That's the way they should be. Today I'm a happy camper. Next thing we're going to work on, we've got to do these plates yet, and they've been milled out, and the center has to be bored out to the size that we want, and we'll bore the center hole out to size, and then we can work away at that. Put it in the vise, square so I can hold it in the vise, put my cylinder on, put lapping compound in it, and turn the cylinder and lap the bottom of the cylinder. There were old units that were made by Troc many years ago, but they're unavailable, and I've been fortunate enough, thank you to my buddy again that got me a couple of these. So for today, I'm really pleased where we are. I've made all my plates, I've stamped them all so I know what they are, and on to another project when I get time for myself. It's always nice to be able to work on some things for yourself. You barely have time to even do it, and I'm taking time now, and I'm enjoying it so much. So stick around, I'm going to make a few other things while we're at it, and hope you enjoy. So we've got one of my plates mounted in the 4-jaw chuck now, and the plan here is to just bore it out enough for our evolution cylinders to fit down in there. So that's what we're going to go ahead and try to do here. So we've got our Evo cylinder here, and we're going to see if it fits in our hole. There we go. So now we'll be able to put our cylinder on there and press down on it and lap the surfaces. It's not a tight fit. We don't want it tight. We want to be able to move it around. That looks like it for that one. All right. So we're going to go along and do the same thing with this one and cut it out. When I'm getting close, I'll come back and let you have a look when we slide it on. So now I've got it bored out to size, and what I've decided to do is make this 3 5/8 for taking big bore cylinders on the Evolutions. It's more likely for them to be warped than the twin cam ones, and the twin cam ones have an O-ring in the bottom, which really helps with any kind of discrepancy. So I think these will be more useful to me as the Evo style. And now they're bored out nice and clean, and we're good to go. All right. Try to get this dialed up so I can make one to bolt the Shovelhead cylinders to when I'm working on them. So we've got to get it drilled out enough that I can start to put a boring bar in it, and that'll be a lot of whittling to get it where we want it. There we go. Now we just got to drill some holes in it, and that'll be something that can hold these while I hone the cylinders out as well. All right, so now here we are at the end of the day, and I think I finally got my plates finished. Something that I've been putting off for a long time. You never seem to have time. This was the last one to do for my shovel heads, and I've made this so that I can do my big bores as well. It's just a holding device, so I can torque them down pretty tight on here. And then I should be able to put my cylinder in here. I'm just gonna have to just lift it up tiny bit. You have to be careful that you don't hit the bottom of the cylinders underneath here. But as you can see, that's going to work out just fine to hold them. I'm pleased with that. And we'll make good use of it for sure. So that will enable me to do shovelhead cylinders, panhead cylinders, knucklehead, and big bores. Pretty well got everything covered here today. So it's been an interesting week, and I feel really good that I've had some time to do some stuff for myself. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, do those kind of things. I appreciate it very much, and it helps our channel to grow. Stick around and we'll see you on next week's video and see what else we got in the mix here. All right.